Beanoblack folks, and you're not looking at a blank screen. What I'm looking at is that what I was pointing at before, that red star. There's a fainter one here. And basically, I'm wondering if this is an asteroid belt, because we know that every time we watch these Hawaii footage, now, you're going to watch and you're going to see right here, okay, that it's going to keep on being there. So watch, don't lose any portion of the screen. We're going to basically just go back and play. This is from the 19th. I told you I'd go look and see what other we got footage. So, nothing new. We see our dark planet images. Now you do see, when you watch really closely, you'll see that it does look like that gets a little bit, you know, I don't know, closer to us. But no matter what, you're going to see this red image. And yeah, these are our stars and our constellations. Now Earth rotates, okay? We rotate east toward the sun, okay? So as we rotate down there, the solar systems rotate over us, okay? Milky Way galaxy, all the galaxies, everything out in space. We're just a fishbowl. We are a lump of lead in the waters of space, okay? The pressure and so forth. Now, see that redness there? And see that it kind of flickers? See, all this always stays right there. So this is part of that Oort cloud, or asteroid belt that's on us. Okay, and then the sun comes up because there's cloud cover and so forth and so on. Okay, now I'm not sure if it was some kind of technical difficulty, maybe with the doors or something. Not really though, because it just keeps going, and it's part of the weather that moved in, storms or whatever. But no matter what, as we play through it, you will see, and that was one thing I watched too, is as the sun goes down, check out how much reddish we're getting. Sun goes down, and then watch the sun as it goes away. Supergiant's action, folks. Let me freeze that so you understand what I'm talking about. How bright the supergiants and the sun are getting it on. To have that high of a big flash as the sun goes around, as basically there's that much light, because it's nighttime, and there's that much light in the supergiants and all that action that's going on, okay? And then all these dark objects exist out there, okay? These stay stagnant with that red thing also. This is an asteroid belt, okay, or another galaxy or something that does not move, because as you will see, everything we know that they follow moves through as we rotate, okay, and we work our GPS all the time. Everything, look for this star, that star. So all of the other stuff, and then also don't lose fact that we have these fast, we see that flashers going around. These I'll freeze this on them so you see them, because I'm basically just going to use this part. Haven't found nothing else. Did a lot of videos today, so watch them. There's a whole bunch of videos, folks. Now you see all that action, and check that out on it. Now that's something I didn't see before. Let's see if we can freeze and catch that. As that one comes by, and this is what I'm starting to wonder, if every one time you see one of these, if it's one of the more than 101 stars, and there's way more than that. There's like 200, but there's 100 that are as bright or brighter than the sun, okay, in the supergiant's main sequence. And that was wild. Right at the end, you see that big flash. There's a bulb. There's like a... Gotta try to see if we can freeze it just right. Wow, I missed it again, but you can see it. There was like a big flash. So I'm going to save some videotape time. Okay, so I was queuing it up. What I'm talking about is check that right there on. We normally just see a flash, okay? But check that out, okay? So that's very interesting. So let's see what we can freeze on this, okay? See if I can get it just luckily right to get it to click right. You just got to move with it. Wow, there it was as it went away, and then it comes and flashes over there. It's almost seeming like it's the same thing, because you could see it was like a big flash. This here, brightness here, at the end of that rod of lightning, or star action from outer space, is like over on this side of the screen just before that. I just don't catch it, it seems like. be nice if I could just freeze that. Wow, there, it's so damn fast, you see? And then you can watch the minutes and you know how damn fast that you can't even get it caught. Now there, and I don't think that there it comes, you see, and that's like a flopper that we've seen up in space, but straighter down here on Earth, so it's a different object than what we've seen up there. So, there, I got it. There you go. So there's some of that light propagation from out in space, okay? And there was that comet that, you know, it's just, this is just amazing as hell, folks. This is stuff from outer space, okay? And it's getting light propagated down here to Earth. And, bam. That ain't no flipping airplane, folks. And it ain't no flipping spaceship, okay? It's just fast-moving star flop action, okay? So, you get that fast action there. And the fact that all of what we know, stars in space, because we always know, you mean if you go to telescope and you're looking at this stuff and you're an amateur and so forth, this stuff all moves as we rotate east, okay? So you could freeze that flash too. As you've seen, there was a flash to the left. Matter of fact, I can just play back real fast for that. You'll see that flash. There's going to be a flash come to the left there. There was one below. Probably one a little higher in a minute. So, but when we get down here towards the end, you are going to see that red star there? And all these other ones, they just stay right here. So that's an Oort cloud or an asteroid belt that is rotating somewhere out in space with us, with Earth all the time. As you see, the clock keeps ticking, okay? And it stays there, okay? Absolutely stays there. All this, that red one and the other ones, they don't move. And there you go, right back to the beginning of the movie. And there is all these ones that do not move. And this is stuff that's known to be normally seen at the North and South Pole. The red and blue and green. And I just don't see too many green here. We just have red and blue. So, very unique. It's not the first time we've seen these, but I always thought that they were stars that moved along as Earth rotates with all the other stars that you see, okay? But it's not. It's just like these black ones. They are staying there also, frozen. And they are rotating right with us in sequence. So where are we in our trip through space? It seems like we're matching up to some stuff. And it may be hundreds of years too out, but it's here. And it's starting to be very, very visible. So I just thought I'd throw that in since I've seen that red thing. And let me see if I can find anything else to put on this video. And there was a 4.0, and it looks like somehow they've screwed around and downgraded it to like a 3.9 or something like that. Because there was a 4.0 that I showed you, and you just go back to watch my videos. Or if anybody watches my videos, they remember I showed a 4.0. And Dutch was right. They're hiding stuff. So let's see how much they are hiding as we count these as we go through. Because you can basically, as I get it to just the right angle, you'll be able to see we got 5, 6 quakes out east. Okay? And then we will basically, and like I said, I had that that was a 4.0 earlier. They're just taking a little itchy bitchies off here and there and everywhere. So you see what's recent today, pretty much. Then we back through, and then you'll see those East Coast quakes come up that they hid. I was surprised when no one really talked too much about the 4.0. I mean, 4.0, I mean, they might not have felt it or this, that, but 4.0 is still starting to increase, you see. And 4.0, it wasn't the 3.9, folks. No matter what, if they've appropriated, took one damn tick off it, it was a 4.0 before. So, and then they were wiping footage out. So go to Dutch Sense, he had it too, and I had it in one of my last videos. Because basically he's the one that caught it. Wiping out. We've seen it on, set it up with an old Radds CPM report here. So basically showing you the truth out there. Gross beta, folks. Gross beta is bad Radds. 130, anything above is occupational bad, dangerous to your health, and forget occupation, just anything. Anything above 130 is bad for your health. You will eventually get cancer someday. Yes, the coastal areas are a little bit less dangerous. The higher altitude areas, i.e., as you can see, that's a little higher altitude. More towards the coast, a little bit clearer air that likes Radds, the CPM, like altitude. And also when we get towards, we're going to end up, and when you see blank, someone's not telling you something, okay? And also, what we will have is mining areas that are high. We'll also see a part of a mining state where the idea that it's not showing too much, and then it's showing a lot, and that's going to be up further. But I'm going to keep scrolling through these. I'm going to move to the wheel. Maybe that'll work. There. Apologize for the shutter before this. The wheel will probably work a little bit better, so I'll keep scrolling through these. So, it's your CPM and Radds, it's radiation, Fuka fudge up. You see nothing, they don't want to. You hear nothing, you see nothing there, okay? Now, mining community. I'm not showing you much because the truth is, even in the lower area, and there might not be much of a difference, but I know Rapid's a little higher in altitude. So they're not showing you there, and we're going to find more facts because we're going to end up being in Nevada where the test sites are at, and so forth and so on. And you can just play through the video, freeze it, and this is up to date. We got February 17th. It's a little bit behind, so you could be a little bit fresher today, but who knows. CPM and Radds are bad, and they are not good for your health in the long term. Now, a long time ago, the photo labs ended up at Kodak, discovered radiation when they were doing the tests a long time ago. They exposed a bunch of film, okay? So that might be that little bit of spike that's in Albany there. It's a little higher than the rest of the area out there. They had something Rochester they don't want you to see. I'm trying to remember where Kodak's at, but here's the big truthful, because they did the test and radioactive material attracts to radioactive material, okay? And just like all the nuclear facilities around the world, that's why the Germans shut all their nukes down, because they knew it'll attract to other nuclear, okay? And there's also some bombs out there that didn't go off underground, okay? In Reno, in the Nevada area, anywhere in Nevada where there's test sites, New Mexico, and so forth and so on, okay? And casinos are still open. And it's just been a known factor up there for a long time. But honestly, I remember seeing them in the spring of this year before the Fuka fudge up, or right after it, and it was a little bit better. So, the truth leads. It's always in the data. So, as we keep scrolling through here, just data showing you folks, truth and data, CPM and Radds radiation, Fuka fudge up.